Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to New Breed Global Truth, where you get biblical life lessons in combination with current events and motivational talks. We got some things to discuss today. As you enter the chat, make sure you put some pressure on that like button. We got some updates in the high profile slaying of rapper Takeoff, who unfortunately passed away in a private party in Houston, hosted by Jay Prince Jr. Yeah, we got some updates, ladies and gentlemen. And in this video, we're going to really unveil the wickedness that takes place in this industry among these hip hop camps and how this thing really goes down. We're going to get a greater understanding on the ritual. Some of y'all going to understand how the streets operate a little bit more. And it's exposure season. And we're not letting our foot off the gas. I've been given a play-by-play, blow-by-blow of everything that's been taking place for a good reason. Because I understand that the so-called powers that be, the Freemasons, the Satanists, the sellouts, I know that they want this to be water under the bridge. They want us to sweep this under the rug. They want to continue to operate in wickedness, but brothers is putting pressure on these individuals to bring justice for Takeoff, because Takeoff represents the 1/3 of us. And we're going to put the pedal to the metal and expose these devils. Right? And I'm going to play this particular video. Allegedly, the alleged killer of Takeoff, Little Cam, was killed in the 5th Ward, Houston, Texas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a member of Mob Ties. So, Mob Ties, what it looks like, allegedly, is they took out one of their own. That's what it looks like. And I'm gonna read this. We're gonna utilize astute observations because I believe this is a cover-up as well. And I'm gonna explain why. There's a lot of damage control going on. Now, I find it ironic off the break that this guy's name is Little Cam when he got caught on cam. And Jay Prince says this should have never been recorded. Remember in his post he did on Instagram, he said, listen, this should have never been recorded. So Little Cam, who got caught on cam, all of a sudden winds up deceased. That's what the news is saying. I see some people in the chat saying he ain't dead. Listen, I don't know. That's why we're saying the alleged killer, and we're saying he's allegedly been killed, which even if he was killed, that speaks to an even deeper problem. Listen to what I just said. Even if this young man was killed, that speaks to an even bigger problem. And we're going to get into this. All right. Let's play this particular video here. And I'm not going to play the sound because we can read, we can observe, and there's too much music going on in this video. Let's go. Copyright, fair use. So this is the gentleman right here that was caught on camera amongst one of those individuals who was armed. Lil Cam, 5th Ward Mob Ties member, shot dead in Houston. Takeoff's Migos alleged killer dies in Houston. If anybody can find the news brief for that, I would love to see that. I would actually like to see real news covering this young man's death. I couldn't find that. There was no shooting I can find covering this. So I don't know if you have it. If you ladies and gentlemen have it, feel free to go ahead and throw it off in the chat. All right. If this is even the killer, but we're gonna get into it. And this is the young man. He looks to be very young, right? Now they're putting it out here. Not everything in this video is fact. It's based on articles, tweets, Insta lives, and so on. Research has been made, but some things are alleged and some things are rumors out of the streets. All of these things are rumors. Everybody's trying to get to the truth. And I'm also seeing people from the likes of Whack 100 also making these claims on Clubhouse that the alleged killer of Takeoff was slain in Fifth Ward. So they're putting this narrative out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, look, this is a young man right here. Look at the age of this young man. He has to be 18, 19. Now, this is what I want to say. If mob ties did take out this young man, if they did this, a man from their own side, after Jay Prince said people shouldn't own guns, who close their eyes and blindly shoot, not knowing what they're doing. And if he was on your side, he didn't know what he was doing, which would make it an accident, according to, Jay Prince Sr.'s account, right? If that's the case, why kill this young man? Why take this young man out? Why not comply with the police? Now think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Why not comply with the police officers to have the young man arrested to possibly be charged with second-degree murder or even manslaughter? And so he can have a fighting chance. So in what world, in street niggerdom, is it okay for these grown ass men to sit around and order hits and kill little boys, regardless of the situation? And a lot of people saying he not even dead. This guy's not dead. So we got certain artists, we got certain rappers, we got certain influencers pushing that the killer of Takeoff has been slain because people are demanding answers right now. But these are not the type of answers that we're demanding. We're not demanding street justice. Somebody said an eye for an eye. I agree with an eye for an eye. But this is not, listen, you got to understand, it's deeper than that. This is not the type of justice that we want. We don't want to continue to see a war in the streets. We don't want to continue to see young men being taken out left and right. That's not what we're looking for, especially if Jay Prince said the young man shot blindly. He said, now let me remind you, in his statement, he said people should not have guns who close their eyes and blindly shoot, which means that it was accidental. And it also points to the fact that, the alleged, I can't say fact, but it points to the notion that he must know who did it. If he could tell you that they shot blindly, that means he knows who did it. So if that's the case, and he goes and says, you can't hide behind me, beside me, or around me, and this young man died in the Fifth Ward, and we know Jay Prince owned half of Houston, then you know about this hit too. If this young man is gone, if this man has been killed, and if this is the alleged shooter. Now, he was there, so his face is already out there. So I'm not protecting his image because he was there at that Halloween party, and more than likely, if he ain't the shooter, he know who did it too. So all these people need to be brought into question. Right, Jah, son of Yah, he dry snitched on himself. So here we have this alleged young man taken out. That's what word on the streets is. And he was the alleged gunman. Yep, he has the bag on him. That's more footage, and we know whoever was the shooter had that weapon attached to the bag. So everybody's pointing to it being him. And I remember seeing that bag. Listen and slow to speak. This is part of his statement. Listen and slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, and this is from J. Prince Sr., let it be known that you can't hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me because I don't tolerate dumb ish. The following statement says people who shouldn't have guns, who don't know how to shoot, pretty much. You should have cooperated with the police so this young man could be tried in court. We're tired of seeing our young men dying in the streets. The street justice thing is not what people are looking for. More than likely, he is an scapegoat. And y'all got to understand how this works. Just like the mob, the real mob, when the pressure gets too hot, when the heat is on, somebody has to go. Are y'all listening? Somebody has to go. So this is how these meetings go. Hey, listen, this was caught on camera. This is how these so-called bosses talk. This was caught on camera. This was messy. You know, just like the video that Quavo produced, messy. And listen, somebody got to go because streets need a body. The streets is requiring that there's some justice being served here. And that's how these things go. And even if it's a member of your own clique, your own camp, they'll do them dirty because they got to show the entire hood, and they got to show everybody on social media that they still got things in control and they got power. So they don't lose the trust from the streets. And still, we've heard nothing from Quavo. Now, this right here is demonic and evil. And the people know. The people know that this entire thing was an alleged blood ritual, a sacrifice. There's a lot of telltale signs to prove that. And we're going to go into more telltale signs. Let's play a little more of this here. This was the girl who was allegedly shot and survived. Allegedly. Nobody knows anything, but everybody was there in this private party. And look, Chucky looked like he got a first row seat. And we all seen this video. We don't even need to go over that no more. We all seen that video. And we also all seen Jazz Prince Jr. step over the body. Yeah, we seen him step over the body of Takeoff like he was nothing. Like he was a piece of meat, like he was nothing. Damage control. Let's continue. We all seen this footage. I'm going to read this statement, part of this statement again. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that closes his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is pretty much dangerous. Now, if that's the case, Jay Prince, why did you have him in your camp? Why wasn't this young man properly trained? See, here's the crazy part. They'll have these goons and they'll have these shooters in their camp and these young boys, and they don't even take these young boys to the shooting range. Now picture that with a Kodak. You got shooters. These are teenagers. These are little boys. You're supposed to be an OG. They're supposed to have organization. They're supposed to be taking these youngest to the range, showing them how to properly use a firearm, showing them going through all of the proper security measures, and so on and so forth. But this young man makes a blind mistake, allegedly, and it costs his life. He makes a blind mistake, and instead of y'all saying, you know what, young man, we're gonna have to turn you into the police. We're gonna have to go ahead and um, we have to turn you in. This is a bad look. We wish this never happened, but it has to go down like this. We're gonna take care of your family. We're gonna get you the best lawyers money can buy, and we're gonna see if we could try to get this thing reduced down to manslaughter or maybe second-degree murder. Maybe you can have at least, some years left in your life after this is all said and done when you can come home. Or at the very least, we can make sure you straight in jail. But young man, you messed up. You made a mistake. So this is how we gonna do it. But nah, we talking about another young man allegedly destroyed by the streets. And the vicious cycle continues because somebody gonna run retribution for his life. And let's say hypothetically, mob ties wasn't involved in that particular death, even if it was opposition because they knew who did it. Better believe mob ties know what's up because guess what? They run Houston. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying he's not dead, so don't push that. All right, so if he's not dead, that points to a bigger problem, how the media is running away with this. I'm just covering the updates as I'm getting them. And that's why I'm saying allegedly. If you can prove he's alive, then feel free. This is just on the streets. This will whack 100 saying. This is what a couple influencers are saying. Nothing is fact-based at this point. Everything is alleged. I'm just going over this scenario to show how ugly this is, even if this was what was done. If later on it comes out that that's what happened, I'm showing you how ugly this is. I'm ahead of the curve pretty much. Now, I want to show y'all something very interesting. I'm going to show y'all something very interesting, man. And I want y'all to hit the like button on the video. That night at the Halloween party, I want y'all to look at the flyer here. I want y'all to look at the flyer. It's called Friday Night Heist. You got OVO involved, so Drake was in attendance. There's a lot of rappers here, a lot of people here. Y'all see this symbolism he got, right? Why is he calling this event a Friday Night Heist? I want to talk about what the comment section is doing to him. And the caption that he also put in this video. Jazz Prince put, "It's up. Fingers crossed, Halloween." Why he got his fingers crossed? It's up. Fingers crossed. Now, the fingers crossed would be, we hoping this thing turns out right. When you cross your fingers, we hoping this thing goes right. It's up. Yeah, somebody said they noticed that yesterday. Yo, this is demonic right here. And this dude didn't even have the compassion to take this flyer down off his Instagram. You know why? Like Ringo TV Raw said, they have to show that they have no remorse for the person who was sacrificed, allegedly. They can't show no remorse for the individual. They have to keep everything going. And more than likely, the reason you ain't seen Quavo yet is because he has to keep a game face through all of this. And we never know what's going on mentally with this guy. They have to show absolutely no remorse for the ritual to work. That's why he didn't remove this. A normal human being with compassion would have removed this entire flyer. Somebody said that's his mob ties gang sign. Yep. But it's a double meaning. It's a double meaning. This man got gray hair in his beard. He got gray hair in his beard. These are grown ass men, mob ties and gang banging and all that. It's a bad look. Now let's look into the comment section, because this is, people are demanding truth. Look, you first person in the comment section, Lil Bow Wow. Jazz don't get too drunk. Our ish gonna be a movie tomorrow. Don't get too drunk. Our ish gonna be a movie tomorrow. So you know what? Lil Bow Wow was in attendance with his clout chasing that. He was in the building. Now listen to these comment sections. And I'm proud of my people. You need to be investigated. Right. My question is, how he out of interrogation already? How all these people out of interrogation already and ain't no answers? God's judgment is waiting. What's with the eye symbolism? Somebody said, killer. You ain't a legend like your father. This stuff ain't hereditary. Neither one of them a legend. Jay Prince been allegedly bodying people, feeding them to the hogs since the 80s. We talking about our people. Unrealistic 369 says you hated his fame. It's Big Mo. They tearing this brother up. It's Big Mo. Just curious, but why is the Illuminati hand gesture still a thing? Question mark. Almighty V8. You killed Tate. You need to be held accountable for good. Clown emoji. Unrealistic. Killer, murderer. Look up him. Somebody says, look at him throwing up this Illuminati symbol. Listen, people tired of it. People are tired of it. Listen, what do them scriptures tell us? Proverbs 10:9 says, he that walketh upright walketh surely, but he that perverted his ways shall be known. Yeah, he that walketh upright walketh surely. But see, y'all people in that industry, y'all perverted y'all ways. And y'all ways are known. People know what's up. Your shame will be shown. People are sick of it. This demonic industry. Martin Payne says, oh, Jimmy World got all these clown emojis with the middle fingers. Martin Payne 89 says, even Illuminati can't keep you from what the other camps do. Listen, the Illuminati can't keep them from what the Most High is going to do. The Pennervate says Takeoff was a blood sacrifice, period. They left that man messy. Mob Taj Jr. and Jazz Prince, known now, everyone is talking about Migos, watching their music video. More hits, more money for Quavo. He signed the contract with the gun in the messy. Show his eye in the video, and Takeoff was next to the Grim Reaper that said RIP. The elite And the people talking about this incident are making money on TMZ and other gossiping platforms. So the Illuminati wins. A Halloween sacrifice, wake up sheeple. Not one white rapper or CEO from a record label dying. Always a black rapper dying from gun violence. But it was the other way around. Heads would roll and you can't expose the Illuminati because they will run the TV industry, social media platforms. I know this because I tried exposing you know what. And they took the lives from the innocent and the account was permanently terminated. But I used the platform of Takeoff's death to expose the truth when everyone was watching. But they don't want the truth to be seen or exposed. That's a fact. You think he don't see these comment sections? That dude in that comment section just gave him 100. He just gave him a whole 100 right there. Let it be known that we know what's up. And people are tired of it. People are waking up. No matter what y'all say, we broke down Jay Prince's whole statement. We can see your mischief. Psalms 52:2 says, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. We see the deceit. We see the lies. We see the angles y'all try to take. We see when y'all try to play off people's emotions. And y'all need to thumb the video up. Pound that like button. Let's get it. Look at these comments. Be Desores too. You killed Takeoff. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Bad underscore girl underscore Lynn. Man got killed on your watch and you already out of interrogation. Facts. Facts, bad girl. I was thinking the same thing. Man got killed on y'all's watch and y'all already out of interrogation. Facts. And also, Kimya, I see your comment. Let's make this clear. The authorities are allegedly in on a cover up as well. But let me make this clear. We're in nomad's land at this point. Just like that law being passed in Chicago, you know, the purge law that's coming. Everything is done through these streets now. It's going to come a time where the authorities, they're not coming to the rescue. And that was part of the ritual as well, to show you that the police ain't going to be doing their job in the near future, ladies and gentlemen. Everything going to be on us. They didn't even tell y'all what kind of gun was used in that whole incident. I've never seen that in my life. The news reporter, the news reporter asked about shell cases, and they gave them a roundabout answer. Alleged trained CIA operatives disguised as police officers. The whole secret society is in on it. Don't get it twisted. They asked what kind of shell cases was in a news brief, and he said, we don't know. Pretty much it's a lot of debris. We haven't figured it out. And in no updated news briefs did they ask that question again. You know why? Because that points directly to the killer, and that uncovers everybody. That uncovers everybody. Because guess what? We're talking about if the police wasn't in on it, this would be the shakedown of an entire criminal enterprise. Did you hear what I just said? This would be the shakedown of an entire criminal enterprise, not just that isolated event. So what this shows is total corruption. That's what it shows. It shows total corruption. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than these artists. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, a whole Rico would have been coming just because of this one incident. But we should know that Jay Prince is plugged in. He's clearly plugged in with these people. He clearly got some connections with governors, mayors, law enforcement. This should be evident. This should be evident at this point. Man, look at this comment section. It says, Matt Burns says, you're responsible for Takeoff. I hope you get what's coming to you, and I hope it's horrible. Man, these people ain't playing with him. Sebastian Millman says, you killed Takeoff. I don't know how you get up from your bed after that. These people don't have no remorse. They don't have no remorse. And I know that everybody is saying this in the comment section. I'm just reading. I'm not saying who did what because we don't know. If you ask me, everybody who is in attendance is responsible. Everybody who was in attendance was responsible because nobody spoke up. Nobody spoke out. Another person, y'all killed Takeoff. Beyond Awakened, she says all these clowns sell their souls. They absolutely do. Joy Mills says, how much was your soul worth? You're going to burn. How much was your soul worth? You going to burn. These people are tearing them up in that comment section. Listen, you would think a normal human being would remove this whole post and make a statement. Remove the post, make a statement. He haven't made a statement. Your daddy had to come and make a statement. That's crazy. Somebody got snakes. Somebody goes on to say Drake made you. You're a nobody with no, I don't know if that means charge. It has a, I guess, I don't know what that means. Takeoff died in your party. That's a fact. Takeoff did die in his party. More snake emojis. Yeah, I'm reading these comments. Mac Brown 22, what happened, man? Why just why? Hate is not going to do you any good. He's the reason. Photo says he's the reason Takeoff died. Somebody says, you were jealous. Munchie says, Illuminati confirmed. Like, people not playing no games. People know what's up. Yeah, somebody in the comment section, Frugal Life says, Takeoff may not have even sold his soul. One of the members could have made a side deal without him knowing it happening. Well, I think that Takeoff was a little bit different from the other members of Migos. Takeoff was, from all accounts of this brother, he was more laid back. He was the one that do more listening than talking. And it's interesting that Jay Prince used that wording in his statement. From all accounts, he was a humble brother. And here's the thing, man. This is what they always want in that industry. They want the blood of those who are a little bit different. They don't listen. Satan already knows that he got all of the media whores, because that's what they are. They are really the media whores. They like to put things in the reverse, but they're the real media whores because the media controls them. That's what a whore is. Somebody that can get anything they want to get out of you, and then they'll be done with you. When it's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, because that's what the industry gonna do to all you clowns. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They're gonna get you to do all the devil's biddings, and then at the end, they're gonna destroy you. But this is the irony of the situation. The irony of it all is Quavo ain't said nothing yet. Jay Prince ain't said nothing yet. Let's go to these scriptures. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that is good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. See, although Takeoff may have been a slightly different. He might not have been like those individuals in that industry. He needed to completely separate himself from that life, because at the end of the day, you will end up a casualty being around these vipers, being around these wolves. You got to understand there's no honor amongst thieves. I learned a long time ago that in life, you really got to go your own way. You really just got to make a critical decision that you are not going to deal with a lot of people, that you're going to take this solo journey and not be around a whole bunch of people, man, because there's a lot of bloodthirsty animals out there who will want nothing more than to see you dead. And because you're a cool dude, humble, a lot of the times, a lot of people get jealous of you because you got an inner strength that they don't have. A lot of people be scared of brothers who just humble. They be scared of brothers who just on a purpose, doing what they got, what it is they got to do. And when that situation is in play, they start to fear that person because they don't understand them. How could they be so different? And they're not into the gossip. They're not into the drama. This person must think they better than us. That turns into jealousy. That turns into envy. They literally get anxious. Anxiety started to rise up in these people when they get around people who are set apart, and they'll start aiming at those people. I've seen it time and time again. That's why we got to be real careful with our energy and who we spend time with. I can tell you right now, I'm a loner for life. I love this life of a loner. At this current moment, unless you really got some substantial, proven, battle tested, real people around you, man, you got to take a solo journey. Because people be out here conniving, bro. People be backstabbing. People be lying behind your back. People be trying to line you up for the killing. And I be saying, and listen, I've done videos like remove them from your life before it's too late. When I make titles like that, people be thinking I'm just trying to give some type of sensationalism or shock jock type of video. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's that crucial out here. People will off you out here. I'm warning you, in the day and the age and the time that we living in, you can't trust nobody. It'll be your uncle, it'll be your cousin, it'll be your sister, it'll be your brother, it'll be your mama, it'll be your father that'll line you up for some dollars. Don't tell nobody your business. You'll be surprised what people will do for a life insurance policy. I'm talking about there's people feeding people slow kill out here just to get to the bag. It's real out here. The love of many has waxed cold. And it's not about being fearful, but it's about being aware of the times you living in. Carolyn, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says truth to the highest power. Absolutely. I appreciate it. And truth, all praises to the Most High. Man, let's read a few more of these comments. Jet Set says, you reap what you sow. Yeah, these people, they can't even look in the mirror at themselves. That's why they always partying. They always on turn up time. Because the Most High is going to pay them a visitation. Ash says, man, he set that man up. Cold Pilot 1 says, this man is doomed. Another one, this dude lame. Another one, you killed Takeoff. Somebody said, run Houston. You run off, punk. RIP Takeoff. How could you just step over that man's body like that? How? Nobody in the industry should be trusting this camp. They were responsible for that man's life. And now he's no longer here. Somebody said they did the same thing to Duke the Jeweler in September and a female rapper while they were both in Houston. See, there's a lot of evil and a lot of death surrounded by this family, man. King Samuel says no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. That's a fact. That's 100% fact. And these people have chosen who they're going to serve. Y'all see the 666, the one eye, the eye of Horus. Y'all see what he chose. He holding it up right there for you. How much proof y'all need to know? And for all those individuals out there who don't believe that there's a secret society within the industry, then you know the wool is over your eyes and you're a foolish person. Because if you thinking what those people in the comment section are saying is crazy, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. The meal ticket, thank you for the $5 contribution, says, got to be careful of the energy you let around you. The devil used those close to you. Absolutely. And Satan can even use people who are straddling the fence. Satan can use people who don't have no spiritual awareness about themselves, especially around a time like Halloween. It's called a walk-in demon. And I believe everybody that was at that party were demonically possessed. Right when those shots were ringing off, while the dice game was going on, while everything was going on, there was a demon hovering over those people. Jazz Prince was surely possessed. Because if you can see a man laying on the ground with his brains hanging out, and you could just step over him like it's nothing, and you was supposed to be there to protect him, and you could just walk off, there was a spirit controlling you. There was a demon in you. The entire event was demonic. Alcohol, drugs, symbolism, and Halloween. Just straight up heartless, man. Somebody also going on to say they owned by the, whoa, I ain't gonna say that. Haha. Jaren Sharp ain't playing. She said y'all can read. That's what it say. I'm just reading comments. And here goes Shad Moss, Little Bow Wow. We already read his comment. Another one, you need to be investigated. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That comment section lit you on fire. I guess people really want answers. They really want answers. Of course, you got still some of the blind, the deaf, and the dumb in here. I'm telling you, man, this industry is sick, satanic. Ephesians 4:31 says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. These individuals right here, mob ties, all this gang banging, all this dissension, all this evil, all of this music that they putting out, with all this demonic frequencies and undertones and all these evil lyrics, they all need to be put away. Put it all away among us as people, because this was going to continue to keep happening. And still, through all of this, 72 out. No, we got, no, it's been 4 days. It's been 4 days, practically a week, and we don't know who took out Takeoff yet. Somebody said, I know someone personally who told me the demonic offer he was given. He's a comedian. He didn't go through with it. Oh, yeah, these things are very real. Hey, Kriston, Prince of New Jersey, thanks for the $10 contribution. Says, this world is backwards, inside, out, upside down, and cold as ice. You got to move with extreme wisdom out here for real. Stay strong, King. Absolutely. I'm telling you, you don't know who you can trust these days. People will be side eyeing you, and you don't even know that they thinking that I'm trying to figure out how I can get this person out of there. See, it's deeper than people just hating on you. And a lot of y'all know that you got people who really don't like you, but you go around them, especially ladies. A lot of y'all ladies got to be careful too, because the season is coming for y'all too, where some of these conniving biddies is going to be on it too. Y'all got to be careful out here too. It ain't just the quote unquote Pookies and Ray Rays and thugs and savages. Y'all got to understand some of these women is savage too. And y'all ladies like to be around other women that you just be in secret competition with. And you like to just feel superior around certain sisters. So you spending time with certain ladies and hate you. Listen, you underestimate people. That's one thing you can never do. Never underestimate people in this day and age. Let me tell you something. There's something going through the veins of these people. Through that shank, something has changed in these people. I'm telling you that right now. Ever since that shank happened, I've been rolling solo because I'd have been around people that used to be one way. They went and got that shank. They ain't the same. They just not the same. I cannot trust a lot of those people. I can almost feel like that something else is operating in them. Put it that way. That's the best way I can word it. Something else is operating in these people. And it's almost like the angel of death is requiring these sacrifices. Yeah, you got to be on your own moves, man. Stay away from big crowds of people. Stay away from having huge groups and huge gatherings with people you don't know. Like that's dead. Now, I'm not telling you don't have a good time. I'm not telling you not to go out. I'm not telling you not to frequent certain places that you know are safe. But what I'm telling you is, man, them streets is dangerous. And people, they don't have no integrity. It's very cold out here. No empathy. Somebody said every adult should know this, but they don't. They don't. Somebody said on their website, no, we're not talking about that. And by the way, while I'm talking about this, don't use keywords in my chat. That's going to be a surefire way to get you blocked. And at this point, you should know what keywords you can and can't use. You should know by now. Like, don't use the word you wish, you wish. Don't use that word in my chat. Don't put it in my comment section. Don't use the word anti shh. Don't use the word starts with a V. Don't like just come on now. We understand. We get it. Look out for the platform. Just don't use certain words. Just don't do it. This dumb. Y'all see this dummy? Blocked. I just said, don't use it. Here we go, man. People are retarded, bro. Got them out of there. I don't have my sound deck right now, but come on now. But you got to be, yeah, don't use those. It's just certain words. Don't even use it. Don't put it in my comment section when you catch the playback. Don't put it in my chat. Don't use the words. Tazzy says, what is the shank? If you don't know what the shank is, then it just is what it is. The poke, the incision. Don't, yeah, I call it the shank because it seems like people are bleeding out. But you got to be careful out here, man. Don't trust the soul. And you got to be real weary of people who try to force you places. That's another thing. You know that feeling in your gut you get where you just really don't want to go somewhere. You know that feeling where it's like, yeah, I kind of want to chill in the house. I had a long day. Something just ain't fitting right. Something ain't seeming right. I ain't really trying to go out tonight. Y'all know that feeling. Like it's almost like you just not you feel anxious, you feel uneasy. And it's like, man, I'm not really trying to even hit the town tonight. And somebody is like, man, come on, man. You know how many joints gonna be out there, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like off buck, when you say you don't want to do something, that intuitive ability, follow your intuition. Like when you feel like you don't want to go somewhere and somebody's forcing you somewhere, like that'll be a person I block. Man, come on, man. Let's go though. Nah, I'm not feeling that tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to hit that spot because I understand that the most high give us insight. He give us intuition on certain things. But these people out here, man, these damn entertainers, what the Bible say about them? John 8 and 44. Ye are your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Y'all some murderers, man. Y'all been murderers from the beginning. There's been way too many casualties, way too many rappers taken out. It's been lie after lie. There's been no truth but forth. Ye are of your father, the devil. And the whole entire world can see it during this exposure season. Real talk. Frugal Life says, this is my first time on here. I got to learn all the words. Okay, Frugal, it's all good. Welcome to the channel. You can't be innocent trying to blend with liars. What fellowship do light have with darkness is what the Bible say. You can't really be around people if you know you special, because some of y'all know that you different. No matter how much you play dress up, no matter how much you hang out in these streets, no matter how much you position yourself around these people, you know you different. You knew it since you was a child. You knew since you was a child in elementary school that you were not like these people. But you keep being around them because you think it's a curse that you different. You think it's a curse that, you know, you can't quite fit in. And you'll do anything to fit in. You do anything to be amongst these people to feel their acceptance and approval. Listen, you don't belong there. You are different. God himself chose you to be different. God, the most high God, chose you to be that person that you knew you were when you was a child. That awkward little girl That awkward young man, they call us awkward, but really the Bible calls us peculiar. Because when you have fellowship with darkness, they are able to snatch your soul. They want the blood of the innocent. It's getting to the point. Even the honey traps are trying to line up righteous brothers at this point. They're done feasting on each other. They want to get those who have innocent blood because it tastes better. You cannot continue to put yourself in places where you know you're not comfortable at. You cannot line yourself up with these individuals who have evil intentions. You can't line yourself up with these people, even if it's your own family. Even if it's your day ones, your friends you grew up with. This is spiritual warfare. We battle not against principalities, but we battle against wickedness. We battle not against flesh and blood, but we battle against wickedness and principalities in high places. We're dealing with spiritual warfare. A lot of these people are demonically possessed, and you cannot be around it because God chose you to be different. You cannot fit in with these people. They will kill you. You can't fit in with them. They will kill you. If this is happening to these rappers and they're dying inordinately, their mortality rate is sky high. What do you think is happening every day in these streets? Because we talk about these rappers, but this happened every day in these streets. People are getting lined up every day by those closest to them. I'm going to go ahead and tell you most deaths, not most deaths, but most murders, most killings are orchestrated by those closest to you. Wrap your mind around that. A lot of times, it's the person laying right next to you. A lot of times, it's the person that you in a intimate relationship with. It's always the person closest to you. So you got to be aware who you dealing with. There should be some real conversations on the table in relationships, friendships, everything. Because what this situation shows is you can't even trust your own family. Quavo made that messy video, and look what transpired afterwards. That was that man's uncle. You can't even trust your own family. That's the message you should get from it. And then what them scriptures say, he who loved mother, father, sister, or brother more than me is not worthy of me. You got to be able to take your own path. And if your friends and family are down with you, they're going to follow the path of the Most High anyway. And you're going to meet them on the other side of righteousness. So they're going to go where you're going to go naturally. If they following the same path, you're going to link up with them naturally. That's one thing y'all got to understand. Whoever meant to be around you, if you following the Lord, if you following the Most High, honoring his laws, whoever meant to be around you, going to be around you because they're doing the same thing you doing. Anybody else, they can be left in the wind, to be honest with you. Anybody else doesn't really matter. The Bible also goes on to say your enemies will be those of your own household. The enemy will be those of your own household. That man, Quavo, in the messy video was sitting there looking at a gun and a contract with the words Migos written on it. Takeoff into the room. Look at him like, bro, what's going on, bro? Right next to Takeoff on the wall, there's a Grim Reaper with RIP written on it. So the Grim Reaper is hovering over Takeoff in the video while Quavo, his own uncle, is looking at the contract, battling with himself. In the video, he wakes up and says, bruh, I was just dreaming about some messy shit, bruh. I was just dreaming about some messy shit. The whole entire video was a ritual. Same way The Aaron Hall video was after his pregnant wife was invited to a Mother's Day event, and on her account, according to her, she thought she was about to get lined up, which I believe her. Aaron Hall did a video called I Miss You, where he's rubbing his pregnant wife's belly. They always communicate through the music videos to the high ups. This murder should have been solved. This murder should have been solved, ladies and gentlemen. There should have been justice for Takeoff. Somebody said you can't even trust your cousins. You can't trust nobody. Listen, this is what you got to do as God's chosen people, the elected, those who grew up peculiar, different, those who've been struggling, being under observation, scrutiny, isolation. Listen, this is what you got to do. You got to find inner peace within yourself. You got to be about yourself. I don't care if people call you selfish or whatever the case may be. You got to love yourself. You got to find peace within yourself. You got to be happy with yourself. And if you're a grown man, your family should be the family that you created. A lot of times, if you're a grown man, right, you shouldn't worry about the opinions of anybody else in your family. If you got a woman, you got kids, you got family that you need to take care of and tend to, the opinions of everybody else don't even matter. You understand? Nobody else matters. How you conduct your business is how you do it. You ladies out there, you got to find peace within yourself. How you going to win if you ain't right within? A lot of them ladies that you hanging with, they envious of you. They can see when you got righteous DNA. They can see when you a good person. They can see when you know the truth. A lot of y'all know the truth. A lot of y'all watch these biblical videos. Y'all watch this content and y'all act like y'all ashamed of it. You don't speak about these things. You don't share these type of videos. You don't share this type of content. You don't put it out there. You don't allow the spirit of truth to show on you when you're in public. You try to hide it and mask it, but they can see it anyway. It's slipping out because this word pours into your spirit and you can't hide it. But you try to hide it and you go around people and you think they don't know. Don't you know them hounds can sniff out blood? Don't you know that demons can see when you're awakening? You can't hide the truth. Demons can see. They can see that you know the truth. A lot of times when you're in this awakening, the devils know it before you know it. You just piecing things together, being symbol literate, getting certain understandings. And in the midst of all of that, you got people side eyeing you, looking at you real weird, looking at you real strange. And you don't even know why. The reason they are because the devils that's in them, the demons that's in them, they see your light. They know you're waking up. You can't hide it. You might as well embrace it. You might as well take the road less traveled and get away from those people. Darkness sees the light. It hurts their eyes. If you go into a dark room, and you just start flashing flashlights in everybody's eyes, it's going to irritate them. Did you hear what I just said? If you go into a dark room where there's a lot of people inside of a dark room and you just got a flashlight and you just taking that light, you flashing it in everybody's eyes, don't you know that they're going to swat at you? They're going to swing at you. Somebody said, New Breed, you need to stop. His uncle did not line him up. I didn't say his uncle did line him up. I said his uncle allegedly lined him up. And I said, I believe his uncle lined him up based on the evidence that presented. So what are you talking about? I didn't never say he lined him up. I said he allegedly lined him up. And I personally believe he did line him up. So what can you say about that? That's my opinion. And when it comes to situations like this, my discernment doesn't fail me. I believe it was a hit. They pulled off one of the most high profile assassinations in hip hop history. Never in history have you seen an artist killed in a private party and no killer was brought to justice. You've never seen that before. You've never seen that before. Now, we've had some high profile slayings. We had Tupac killed in the middle of Vegas. We had Biggie killed in the middle of Los Angeles. But never have you seen in a private party, where a high profile rapper gets murdered and nobody, and there's no evidence. Listen, it's on camera at that. There's no evidence. There is no, I guess there's witnesses, but the witnesses' stories are lies. They're contrary to what the video is. I mean, you've never seen something so damn messy ever in hip hop history. It was messy. Yeah, he was killed in yeah, somebody said Vegas. Yeah, Vegas, Vegas does have its issues, but somebody said Vegas is evil. Man, this whole country is evil. Yep. Sheesh Jafit says that's because it don't make no damn sense. It really don't make no sense at all. None of it makes sense. Yep. Tazzy says he did. If you're not in agreement, leave the chat. Right. How is it that you idolize these celebrities so much? You speaking for Quavo and Quavo ain't speaking for Quavo. How you speaking for Quavo and he ain't even man enough to come out and speak? And I know some people saying, his cousin just passed. Maybe he's mourning. He don't want to take to social media. No, 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 no. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Because at the end of the day, if you a grown man and you into this street life and you can rap and get on stages and do what you do and talk all this gangster talk, surely you man enough to stand on a podium and speak when your nephew just passed and you supposed to be responsible for him. Surely you man enough to face the public. That boy in hiding. And I'm telling you right now, he's being visited. He probably on S watch right now. This in a spirit already been shown. That boy being visited. When he go to sleep, he's seeing Takeoff's face. He's seeing Takeoff the way he's seeing Takeoff haunt his dreams, the way he left out this earth. That's how he's seeing him. When he look in the mirror, he's seeing Takeoff standing behind him. And the heat is on the industry right now because everybody know what happened. Y'all guilty as charged. If the police ain't gonna do nothing, the people gonna speak up. When y'all signed them contracts, y'all got in bed with the devil. In that industry, when y'all signed them contracts, y'all got in bed with the devil. And the devil, he gonna destroy y'all at the end. Casper on that, thanks for the 5, says, exactly. These people will quote and stand up for these celebrities more than God, especially these women. I hate it. Right. Yep. Jakeem Judah said, you said it, bro. That's exactly what's going on in the spirit. Exactly, family. That's exactly what's going on. He can't face the public. He know what he did. He know his role he played. That brother's being haunted. I'm telling you right now. The spirit that listen, I've already seen this. That boy is being haunted. Not not that he lost his nephew. Yeah, he's haunted by that too. But he's haunted by all the allegations, the alleged allegations. And for the record, the reason why I use this word allegedly should be known. If you create content, you should know why I'm using the word allegedly. Yeah, the police masons, the doctors, the lawyers, the morticians, the politicians, they all listen, they all are masons. They have listen, they have technology where they have apps where they get messages sent to them when they know how to deal with certain things, not to go in certain areas. They time when the police should arrive. Y'all got to think about this whole scenario. How is it that the morning of Takeoff's death, we woke up to see people hovering over his body? Think about that. How were we able to see that morning? And yes, people are already beginning to piece together where I'm getting at. How were we able to see that morning when the way these things should work is police should have been on the scene cleaning up the scene. So what I'm trying to say is that, and I want y'all to follow me with this. Yeah, how's TMZ always there? By the way, too, TMZ always there. TMZ know more than the news. I mean, TMZ knows more than the police, right? TMZ, aka Talmuz. How are they always first responders? Because what I'm trying to tell you is they time everything. Even the police arrival time is timed. AOU, thank you for the $5 contribution. She says some people refuse to accept the spiritual world exists, but when they find out by going through it, it will be a hard, dry pill to swallow with no water. Facts. Real talk. They don't want to accept the truth. Right. Somebody said something key too. They don't want to accept the truth. The faceless preacher says it was a private party. These cats knew what was going to happen. No one gets shot randomly at a private party. Everyone that was there was supposed to be there. Exactly. You had OVO, Drake in the building. It's alleged that Boosie was in the building. It was a star-studded event. It was a momentous occasion, right? Everybody was there, but nobody knows nothing. A ritual of sacrifice. If you still following these industry clowns and you still got your head in the sand, I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy. But it's all mob ties with them. Mob ties. Now, people are saying that young man didn't pass. I hope he didn't. But that's what the streets are saying right now. They're saying it all over social media. I hope that's not the case. And if it is the case, that points to an uglier problem. It points to the fact that y'all taking out little boys. You grown men with salt and pepper beards is taking out kids. You grown men with salt and pepper beards trying to be bosses out here are still continuing a vicious cycle in the streets. If y'all got goons and y'all got shooters, why don't you teach them shooters how to shoot? Teach them shooters how to shoot. And all you young men out here who have some potential in your life, don't aspire to be these old, dried up, shriveled up grown men who still trying to be gangbangers and gangsters. Don't aspire to be them. You can have so much more impact on the world being a man of truth, a man of the most high, a family man, a man who's business oriented and savvy, a man who's a doctor, a man who is a herbalist, a man who's doing something different than this. Don't aspire to be these people. These people are devils. There's no place for these people in this awakening, in this truth, And listen, aspire to be a real man, bruh. Because if not, this is where you'll end up. Be a man of integrity. Be a man that is known by your fruits. Be a man whose name carry weight for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. Not because, and it's better, and they say that it's better to be feared than respected. No, earn respect. You shouldn't aspire to be feared out here, not in a negative way. You can be feared in a righteous way. You can be feared in a righteous way. These devils can fear you because you got the power of the Most High around you, and they can't touch you, and they know they can't. That type of fear, but not no fear in the streets that you're going to hurt this person or hurt that person, because guess what? There's always somebody, there's always another person out there that's going to be ready to up the burner and take you out. There will always be another person who will pull that trigger on you. There's always another person. Make them fear the godly energy, the power of the Most High, the intuition, the discernment. Let them fear that. Be men of substance. Be men of courage and valor. Be men who take care of your responsibilities. Be men who want to do something in their lives. Don't aspire to be these clowns, grown-ass men with salt and pepper beards ordering hits and this, that, and the third. Allegedly ordering hits. Allegedly. Throwing Halloween parties, playing dress up. The time is now. The awakening of the biblical Israelites is here. We're waking up on a grand scale, and they can't stop it. It's our time. Are you children of Israel? We are the biblical Israelites. Let's shine our light on this entire world and let them know that we're not standing for these 2/3 and their evil intentions for us. And we're not falling for the tricks and the charades. It's time that we rise up, honor the law, statutes, and commandments written of in that Bible, and stay on the right direction. If y'all gain some understanding, some real insight from this video, make sure you like it. Click that like button, put some pressure on it. Share the video everywhere. If you want to crop certain parts from it and share it on your respective social media, feel free. Subscribe to New Breed Greenlight News. Follow me on Patreon, New Breed, at patreon.com/New Breed. If you want to support the work financially, support it at newbreed.love. In exchange, you'll get a love note sent to you personally via email. And you can use it for all up-and-coming premier merchandise, because we got our own ecosystem over here. Yeah, we got our own economy. That's right. The Israelites are making their own economy. And for all the other Israelites that see what we doing with the economy, making sure our businesses are branded together, and we're making sure we're able to do what we do and sustain on this online digital wave, then link in, tap in. If you're a Black business owner, tap in. If you want part of it, I'm doing it. Listen, tap into the brothers. You know where to reach me. Instagram, NewBreed404. All praises to the Most High. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed evening. With that being said, shalom and peace.